Dear CSITA beneficiaries, this video is to educate you on how to combat corrupt activities happening in CSITA. All of us understand that people indulging in corruption in CSITA utilize only the word CSI to hide themselves under the name of CSI, misinterpreting it, the company which is CSITA, as CSI, an organization. Most of them have filed cases against many people, in which I have seen in those documents that the people who file as plaintiffs file as CSI, an organization, unfortunately misleading the honorable courts, and many of the defendants who are not aware about how CSITA works as a company unfortunately respond to such cases as CSI, the organization. This gives an added advantage for the mischief makers to hide under the organization and fight in civil court, disturbing people for years together. Now, we understand that the people who file cases as CSI, an organization, themselves are big mischief makers, misleading the defendants also to fight and linger in civil courts. The fact of the matter, with documentary evidence, I state, is CSI Trust Association is a company registered under registration number 118/1947-48 with PAN card number AAA-TT0642D. The grievances of administration of CSITA has to be challenged in the National Company Law Tribunal and appellates under National Law Company Tribunal, NCLAT, not in civil courts. If there is any grievance of individuals being harmed using CSITA or CSI, then people can file in civil courts. Otherwise, Section 430 of Indian Companies Act very clearly states that the cases against companies for administration malpractices and other activities have to be filed with NCLT or NCLAT, not in civil courts. Civil courts will only hear matters with regards to the company where civil rights have been disturbed, nothing else. All the videos that I have made in the past and present, without prejudice, are regarding the administration aspects of CSITA, the company. CSITA cannot appoint anybody without prior intimation of the administrators appointed by the Madras High Court at present. Moreover, CSITA, the company, does not have directors from 2020 to 2023, and as such, CSITA appointments or activities in the garb of hiding under CSI as a religious organization is all a big bunkus farce. This is unfortunate, because people calling themselves as head of clergy, knowing the word of God, are power hungry and indulging such malpractices as if they are going to live here for thousands of generations. They sell their integrity for eternity lost in hell, according to the biblical scriptures. Friends, when you fight cases, please remember you are fighting against malpractices in CSITA, the company, and the file cases in NCLAT or NCLT. When it comes to being harmed on civil rights, that you have been excommunicated or harassed in any which way, yes, you can approach a civil court. And always remember, if you have any grievance, wait till the opposition files a case, because we know that they file cases misleading courts, and we can produce all documentary evidence and win the cases and claim damages for the harassment that we go through for stating facts as per law without prejudice or doing injustice to anyone. We are only working on CSI Trust Association, the company which administrates the CSITA held churches, hospitals, organizations, and halls, and many other infrastructures. More details, please feel free to call me and get the right information. Don't fall prey for people who file cases as CSI, the organization. There is nothing called CSI, the organization. Such entity does not exist at all. So, filing civil cases saying CSI, an organization, does not make sense as per law. I have shared many details of the registration of CSITA. CSITA runs churches of which bishop is only an evangelical superintendent, a class 6 employee of CSITA. The registered articles of association and memorandum of articles are the constitution of CSITA, binding on all 24 dioceses of CSITA run churches and organizations under CSITA, the company. Please be very clear about this. There is nothing called CSI, the organization. Please take such false beliefs out of your system. If you want to win cases, and if you really want to bring the culprits to justice, file cases as CSITA, the company, and malpractices and administration. I am getting all details, and whenever people have sought clarification in different forms of law enforcement agencies, I have succeeded, because I have made sure that the article of association and memorandum of articles binding on CSITA are submitted to the respective law enforcement agencies. Most importantly, make sure that CSITA employees do not hold administrative positions. They hold on illegally in violation of Article 4 of the Article of Association. Now many people ask me, are there many constitutions in CSITA or CSI diocese-wise. The culprits and criminals who hold on to power in CSI TA, claiming to be CSI an organization, have created unregistered constitutions of their own and illegally administrating companies of CSITA. The CSITA has only one article of association and one memorandum of articles, which is the constitution of CSITA. And that is how it is run. Today I saw a video saying that treasurer and secretary are appointed in South Kerala diocese. It's what a joke it is. Aren't the Christian community people at large there wise enough to understand that they are making a joke out of themselves? It's unfortunate. I only pray that God gives you sound wisdom and sense to realize that there is nothing called treasurer and secretary diocese-wise. CSIT is a company which can only have one financial secretary and one company secretary, registered in Chennai office and having its office in Chennai, and only answerable to the people which elections have to be held. Finally, in conclusion, I state that CSITA, the company, must conduct elections once 45 lakh or 60 lakh members are registered, and people to the directorship of a company should have 3/4 majority approval of all the members of CSITA. This has not happened in the past. Also, as per the Register of Companies letter dated 9th October 2020, it clearly states CSI synod officers cannot administrate CSITA and its companies' holdings, which is in violation of Article of Association of CSITA. Therefore, synod officers are making a fool out of the general public who attend CSITA run churches and institutions. Please be clear. All my claims are substantiated with documentary evidence and are non-defamatory, based on facts and court documented details. For more information, please feel free to call me at 6369197933. I am posting this without prejudice, only in the interest of informing correct, rightful and truthful information to the people of CSITA through CSITA Beneficiaries Forum, which is handled by me throughout South India. Thank you, one and all.